Hello and welcome to the very first pre-season friendly of the summer here for Stocksbridge Park Steels. I'm your commentator Adam Allcroft here as we make the trip to Golcar United. It's been a while since been on air. Obviously, not much will match the emotion of that final day, that playoff final up at Dunstan. Tommy Marshall's penalty sealing our return to the Northern Premier League Premier Division. But a whole new journey awaits for Stocksbridge, and it starts here in Golcar at this friendly. And for Golcar, obviously, it was very different emotions from the playoffs last year. They lost 1-0 here to Beverley Town in the semi-finals. Beverley also went on to lose to Hallam in the final. Shows you what the two sides of the playoffs, and well, as many say, it's the best way to go up, but the worst way to fail at promotion. Anyway, we will go through the teams for you now as we prepare for this friendly. Obviously, expecting a lot of changes, and we're hoping that the numbers we've been given for Golcar United are the ones that correspond to the players. So for Golcar, it's Harry Stead in goal, and then Callum Reid, Cale Gummersall, Alex Juve, who wears the captain's armband, Kieran Lawrence, Leon Henry, Ryan Hall, Ryan Wadsworth, Daniel Nidal, Zach Rushworth, and Will Morrissey. The bench is Jerome Badu, Simeon Corrion, Kaimali Vincent, and there are two representatives of the trialist family. For Stocksbridge Park Steels, we'll get the team up for you. So we have a different team for the second half. It's Mikey Roxburgh in goal, Jack DeGruchy, Connor Smythe, Sam Kay, Jack Crook, Paul Iggledon, Alfie Wilkinson, who's coming to face his former team in his first time in a Stocksbridge shirt, Alex O'Connor, Luke Rawson, Jack Watson, and Jordan Barnett. Alex O'Connor will be the captain for the Steels in this game. So we're just getting the final few handshakes and we will kick off shortly. Beautiful weather here in Golcar. It's been an absolutely boiling hot day. I'm sure we'll have a drinks break during this one. But in just a couple of seconds, a very different looking Stocksbridge side to what we saw last season, and lots of players given their chance to break into this team will get going. And here we go. So Stocksbridge Park Steels kicking from left to right in the yellow shirts, blue shorts, blue socks, up against Golcar in the green and black striped shirts, black shorts and black socks, kicking from right to left. And Barnett wins the ball in the middle, gets knocked over to the left, will be chased down by Hall, who will collect it. Well, at least we're hoping it's Hall. It depends on if these numbers we've been got on the football web pages are correct. In pre-season, it could be anything. Ball not forward, but that has been blocked by Krupp, who played forward here 2K. Look at Stefan Watson, just skims a bit and is intercepted by Henry. Play back to Reid, who will send it down the side. Knocked away by Smythe, but just collected again by Juve in the middle, and back now to Henry. Flipped over the left, just a bit over the top. For DeGruchy will fire with it. Been having to fight with Nidal at the moment. And Roll does eventually go out for Stocksbridge throw in a battle won by DeGruchy, who normally is a midfielder, but he's having to go at right back today with Tom Charlesworth away, and Jordan Lemon we'll see in the second half. He's Jordan Lemon with Andy Ring and Pete Golcar away. He's also the assistant manager today. As we just see a very typical pre-season pass from Smythe over to Barnett, and Barnett with a pre-season touch that goes out of play. So here on the right-hand side is the throw for Golcar. 2 minutes gone in this game so far. As DeGruchy collects it, sends back, drills it forward. Rawson's going to see if he can get on the end of it, but it will go all the way back to the goalkeeper Stead, who just takes it back into his penalty area. Takes time. It's the exact same goalkeeper kit as Stocksbridge's one today, as all my stuff just gets flying behind the chair, but we will cope. Well, it just an issue with the seat just. Well, we didn't put enough weight on the seat next to us to keep it balanced. 3 minutes ago in this game, nil nil here. Stockbridge have a throw in the Golcar half on the right hand side. Thrown to the back to O'Connor. Back it goes to Degushi. Tries to play it in. It's a loose pass intercepted by Wadsworth, but he just goes into a bit of a cul-de-sac. Has to return it to Gummersol, who's put under pressure before Spencer Henry, who just boots that one away. Nigel will chase, but Smythe will get the header, heads it back to Roxburgh, who collects. Back in this to Paul Iggulden. Long ball forward. Watson will try to get onto it, but Henry heads it away well. He's been looking goodly on Henry so far in the first few minutes of this game. As Rushworth gets it onto the right, charging forward is Ryan Hall. Plenty of pace into the middle. Trying to turn, evades one tackle, takes a shot, blocked by Iggulden. Goes back to Rushworth, who tries to spread on the right. It's a bit too much, though, for Hall to get on the end of. Throw in Stocksbridge. Good promising play, though, from Golcar. Both Stockbridge and Golcar have faced each other in competitive action once before. It was Golcar's very first FA Cup match at Brackenmore a couple of years ago. It didn't end well for Golcar in the end. It was a 3-0 loss, included a spectacular own goal from Mikey Phillips as Crook put under a bit of pressure, almost a bit of a howler for him. And it's not been cleared out very far. Ball chipped into the middle, and then eventually Paul Iggulden was able to clear it away, but Stocks were just inviting pressure onto themselves. Jack Crook, who's normally a central midfielder, playing at centre-back today, played that against Stocksbridge last season while playing for Liversidge, but caused a bit of trouble there for the Steels. You can tell it's pre-season, some of those uncharacteristic errors coming into play. Goal can't have a throw-in now near the flag. As you expect for pre-season, it's a bit of a slow pace. Well, Stockbridge are able to clear as a throw-in goes in, and it will, but Golcar get it back. But then he goes out again, and it will be a Stocksbridge throw this time. That's why we talk about Stocksbridge being Golcar in that competitive FA Cup match. It's the one where Stocksbridge ended their FA Cup curse, that 9-year streak of not winning a FA Cup game. As what sends it on, and this could be Rawson here. Rawson moves into the box. Keeper just slightly out of position. Rawson takes a shot. Saved as Rawson slips in the end. Stead manages to get back into position quite well. Rawson just couldn't get away from his marker. It's the first shot on target today. It was a loop ball over the top. Rawson with some of his deceptive pace just sneaking through. As Hall just can't have control, and Smith just gets in and boots it away. Well, big Cousy season moving from Cleethorpes Town. So, to throw in now for Golcar. As Hall chucks that ball right down the field, headed away. Fighting right back, and Kay just miscontrols that and could let Golcar in, but then well read by Crook, who spreads out to Degushi. Degushi clearance is blocked, but finally finds Iggulden, but Iggulden robbed of the ball. Here goes on the left-hand side to Wadsworth into the middle. It's a slow touch, and Stocksbridge able to get a block in. Watson comes back in, and he loses the ball to Juve, back out to the left, and then distributed back to Henry. Takes the touch and tries to send it downfield, headed away by Iggulden before Henry returns it and bounces awkwardly into the air as both teams trying to get it. It's Wilkinson who gets that touch, and it's ended up bounding into the block before Degushi is able to get a proper clearance on this time. Falls to Watson. Watson trying to get on. Big challenge from Henry goes in, and it will go out for a throw to Stocksbridge in their own half. 7 minutes gone in this game. It's 0-0 here. Ball goes back here. Stocksbridge have the go. Connor Smythe on the ball. Not forward, looking for a run of Barnett. Finds a run of Barnett. Just first touch to him, but then defender just treads on the ball, gives it back to Barnett. Barnett's going to try and find Rawson. Loop ball in. Rawson gets the header. It's just wide. Actually, ends up further wide than we thought it was initially. That's a bit. I think that was just pre-season all over there. Ball goes through and it's trod on by the defender. Allows Barnett a chance. It's a decent looking ball, but Rawson just didn't get his run quite right. Got his head underneath the ball and it loops wide. Remains 0-0. Ball goes to it. Iggledon will head it away. Before it's returned right back, goes to Cage. We're going to lose the ball here. Into midfield it goes, and it's Rushworth who's having to go all around before clipping the ball over the top for Hall. It's a really good ball. Hall's just having to get that bouncing ball down. He does really well. Tries to play it into the middle, but Wilkinson's back to defend, and he clears it out. And now Watson could go 1-on-1 if he gets his touch right, and he just loses it under his feet for a second. He's got no real help, but he turns around, slips it forward to Rawson, who tries to pass it back. Block. Watson is going to try and challenge us on the right wing as it goes back to Henry, who gets it back to Stead. Stead will clear it upfield. Iggledon having a good wrestling match with Nidal as it goes back out to Smythe. Forward to Barnett, tries to flick on the header. No one there for it, but being cleared out towards Wilkinson, and Rawson's going to look to find Watson. Brilliant play. Watson with a shot. It's weak and just saved, though. It looked like it might have just snuck in the bottom corner, but a stretched hand of Stead stops it. It's Stocksbridge's first corner of pre-season. Usually Danny Deakin will be the one taking these corners, but Jordan Barnett, who's been a set-piece taker at Abbey Hay and Penistone Church before, will head over to take this over on the right wing. He fancies himself as being pretty good at set pieces. He's scored a free kick in pre-season for Stocksbridge as a trialist a few seasons ago. Went on to sign with Matlock Town that season, though. And it's going to send it towards the far post, and Iggledon heads it back into the middle before it's headed away by Morrissey. Distributed back out, well, meant to be distributed back out to Barnett. Too well hit by Alex Crook, and it goes out of play for a throw-in. Nice little passing play between Rawson and Watson, though, to open the game up slightly and have Stocksbridge's best chance of this game so far. Golcar are yet to win in pre-season. They've had a lot of changes this summer. After their success last year, unfortunately, the price of success is you get picked apart for your best pieces. But they are looking to rebuild and challenge the first game as the ball goes forward. Rawson might get on to the end of this, but no, quickly out is Stead. So Stead will take the ball now in hand and launch it right upfield. And headed on here to he goes forward here towards Morrissey, who's trying to get it into the middle now. Looks to find Rushworth, but instead to buy Crook back with Roxburgh, who sends it upfield looking for Rawson. It goes beyond him. Henry will pass it back. It's an awkward back pass, and it's kneed up in the air before Stead just boots that one more horizontal than long, but anything to get away from Jordan Barnett, who had been closing in. Juve heads it on, just gives it back to Kay, takes it on the chest. He's got man on and loses it to the man on. Rushworth was that man on, but and Golcar's ball forward doesn't find anyone. Crook will just give it back to Roxburgh. Just slows the game down and gives it back to Crook, who will go forward with it. He's going to clip it over the top, and it's head to behind, and Lawrence got enough onto it to make sure he didn't find Jordan Barnett. Back into the middle to Connor Smythe, who very good footwork, avoids the press of Rushworth. Back to Kay, who gets it for O'Connor, then back to Smythe. Tries to send the ball in, but blocked by Lawrence, who clears it away. Out for a throw-in, which Smythe will take. Hello to Allcroft, saying, find your feet, lads. Good luck from Sammy Fox. Well, if you're listening to us on the YouTube chat, do feel free to get involved with the commentary stream by commenting. We are trying to add a few more things to the commentary stream this season. We're just working out how to do it. As Crook launches a ball forward, but bit overhit. Out for a goal kick it goes. Who's looking for the run of Alex O'Connor. And he'll be back with Stead for this goal kick. 13 minutes gone in this game so far. 0-0 between Golcar United and Stocksbridge Park Steels. A piece of a friendly that had last season as Golcar are trying to pass it out from the back. And Leon Henry did pretty well to evade the press of Watson. Pass was almost a hospital one. So went to the right, but they do clear it away. O'Connor now trying to hold off his man. Knocks it to the right. DeGruchy tried to get on the end of it, but goes out of play. Throwing for Gummersall to take it on the left. So it can be left for Henry to take. Launched downfield, headed away by DeGruchy, but returned by Juve, who's Golcar's captain today. Rawson having a bit of a wrestling match and just some awkward headers away before it goes to Wadsworth, who just boots that one out. Goes to Iggulden. Not a great touch by Iggulden. Second touch just got it away from Rushworth. Goes out for a Golcar throw on the right. Ball quickly going forward, but intercepted by Crook. Forward to Kay, who has been robbed by the man on a few times. He gets his Smythe ball long, but knocked away by Lawrence, and it will be a throw into Stocksbridge. Steelers have had the better of the chances so far, but have looked rough on occasions, as you would expect, with their first friendly of the summer. This is Golcar's fourth, but they are yet to win in pre-season, though. If we're being honest, wins and losses in pre-season don't really matter. As ball launched forward towards Watson, but it's overhit again and will go out for the goal kick. Watson being quite well blocked off as well. So back now with Stead for the goal kick. Ball long from the Golcar goalkeeper. Iggulden will head it away towards Rawson, takes it down really nicely, lays it up back to Smythe. Smythe takes a touch, cuts inside, uses a bit of pace, gets it forward to Watson, who turns out of a challenge, gets it forward towards Smythe, flicks it back to Watson, and then knocked away. But well, Watson's still trying to get a touch. He does get one, but it goes away from him. Instead, collects it. Really good football. Old Connor Smythe, the orchestrator of all that, just doesn't work out. And it looks like, though, that concerningly, the one thing you never want to see in pre-season, an injury. An injury to Kieran Lawrence of Golcar. Just looking like he's pulled something while trying to defend those awkward bounces in the box. So the Golcar physio is on. When we have this short break of play, we'd like to say, obviously, all these players that Stocksbridge have signed that you've seen so far during the last week, they are all available to sponsor. So if you do want to sponsor any of the Stocksbridge players, or if you want to sponsor myself, Elf, please do get in touch. You can contact Roger Gishin on rpg.sps@mail.com. So I've just hopefully turning that volume up a bit more for you guys. It's a bit of a concern, but I've seen in the comments from Mark Hayes. Thank you very much for telling me. Hopefully that does sound a bit better. We'll just change it a bit there. I'm hoping the settings haven't been changed on this while it's not been at use. Again, this is what it's pre-season for the commentator as well to work out all the technical difficulties of having put all this equipment away since the start of May and having not touched it since. So looks like Kieran Lawrence is back up and well. We'll be able to continue the game, which is good news. And in a quick drink break while that's been happening. Beautiful weather today across the country, including here in Golcar. Got an absolutely stunning view behind the goal to the left of the main stand here. I've at least done my entry for Mike Bailey's football landscapes of it for the month. That's a Facebook page worth joining, by the way. Now Stead now has the ball back, and the game will get back underway. Ball long from Stead. However, DeGruchy goes to O'Connor, back to Iggulden, who takes it on the chest and almost loses out on it to Wadsworth, but clears it away, and now she's going to few headers in the air for O'Connor, just knocks it home. Watson's going to wish, regrets not gambling on that. Rawson's going to try and get to it. Henry is first, looks to turn the corner. Rawson presses him in that corner. Henry's trying to do all he can to resist the press. He's right in the corner flag, but he does well to get it out to another man, and Golcar able to play the way out. And that is really good under pressure from Golcar. And then some lovely footwork from Alex Duke to evade Degruschi. Shame the diagonal didn't really work out, but then Smythe didn't do very well with it. Just gives it back to Golcar, tried to find Hall with it, and Stocksbridge intercepts. You've seen some great stuff there, and then some of the roughness of pre-season and having not played in a while. So Aki goes into defence. He goes forward here for Stockbridge. Barnett tries to put the ball into the box, headed back to the goalkeeper by Henry. Looked a bit awkward for a second, but still able to collect. So the ball goes forward. We are trying to just, I think we have got a few technical issues with the microphone, which we're going to sort out during half time. Stockbridge look to win the ball, and they have done there. It's been carried out by Alfie Wilkinson, just losing track of it for a second. It's allowed a man to come on to him, but he spreads it out to the right now. Degruschi forward to Watson. Watson turning out of trouble well and plays it back to Wilkinson. Wilkinson lays it off for Smythe, who's coming forward. Smythe got a few options. He's going to put a cross into the box. Connor's waiting, but Stead catches it before he can get to the ball. Again, really nice football from Stockbridge. That's what's been very promising during this game, is despite the fact that this Stockbridge have been training for a week and a half, and it's their first friendly. We've seen some really nice football from them. I think that's the benefit of having a team, even with all the new players. Actually, I'd say. It's Morris who's trying the ball, trying to get it down that left-hand side. But I think it's been won there by Kay. Gets it back to Eagledon and then out to Degruschi on the right still, and he sends it long looking for Rawson. Tries to chest it down. No foul there from Wadsworth. So it goes all the way forward. It looks like there has been a substitute for Golcar. Trilist B has come on. Number 16. Looks like what's happened is that Kieran Lawrence has actually headed off the pitch. Brian Wadsworth has headed into defence with Trilist B going at centre forward. So he's currently following Golcar. Hall will take, tries to loop it, headed up into the air by Smythe. Kay tries to head it away, just remains in midfield. Watson gets the first touch, loses the ball. Shot goes in from Gummersall. It's blocked and then cleared away. Henry will head it back out, and then Degruschi, not a great first touch, but second touch just them to launch it away and could turn into a good ball. Wadsworth heads it behind. Barnett will get the touch. He tries the volley, and it's wide. Golcar were caught out by that long ball. Barnett just couldn't get his feet right and had to just let off something of a shot, and it wasn't able to get into the back of the net, but it had Stead absolutely scrambling in that goal. It's still 0-0 here with 22 minutes gone. Ball is forward. Degruschi forward to Rawson. Not a great touch, but he gets it to Watson, who cuts out in the middle. No one's there for it. It was a nice idea. As the ball ricochets out all the way towards Morrissey, gets it back to Gummersall, forward to Morrissey again, who's getting a big old hug by Degruschi before his ball forward is intercepted by Eagledon. Back with Roxburgh now, who will send it forward. Played out into the middle, and Golcar will be caught out for a free kick. It's offside called on the number 9, Daniel Nidal. Quickly taken by Stocksbridge. Out towards Smythe, who will come forward from the halfway line into the middle to Crook, who will continue to carry it forward. gets it over to the right to Degruschi, who's come well forward. And he's told Watson to go on the run. He's trying to find Watson with the run, but Henry read that well and clears it away. Headed on by Morrissey. And Crook somewhat gets it away towards Kay. Back he goes to Smythe, who drills in the middle towards Wilkinson. Back to Kay, who launches a diagonal towards Wilkinson, and it's overhit out for a throw-in. Stocksbridge cleared away though by Wadsworth as a makeshift centre back, and the ricochet goes right back to Golcar here. They've knocked it forward. It's a great ball to Morrissey, but he has been denied by the linesman's flag. So back it goes for a free kick for Roxburgh to take. Thank you, Mark, saying that's better. And there is a setting I think we've left on over some that I used and not need to turn off, and that's why you're not hearing any of the ambient sound around us either at the moment. I've just got to find that setting during half time. Fokker just clear a ball out, throwing to Golcar. Taken quickly, throw towards Hall, but they lose the ball here. Play in the middle, but poor ball intercepted by Juve. And back to Henry. Loose touch, and he's blocked here by Watson. Tries to find O'Connor. No offside, and there's the offside flag. The fans were demanding it around us. And it was correct, I have to say. O'Connor in that offside position after, I think, unexpectedly getting the block on the press. As if the linesmen are now getting warmed up now. Both linesmen have had their arm up a few times. It's fine. It's pre-season for the referees as well, as I think it's worth remembering. Slider out towards Rawson, but his touch will go back to the Degruschi. Knocked it long. Barnett's going to try and chase onto it, but it's going to be chested away. And there was a hint that he could have used his arm, but he did keep his arm in, so it shouldn't have been called as a handball. It hasn't been. Morrissey flicks it into the middle. Going to be contested. Rusher tries to get it, gets it. It's going to goes back to Wilkinson before it's gone back over to Nydal, who has some room to run on the right wing. Crook's back to try and defend him, and Nydal doing well to keep hold of it. Puts the ball into the box towards the near post, and Roxburgh will collect it. It's the first time I think we've seen Mikey Roxburgh in action in this game. 25 minutes gone. 0-0 here at the Sky Direct Stadium. Golden plate out to Degruschi. Clip ball over the top, but just a bit overhit there. Instead collects it. Wilkinson and Barnett were trying to get onto it. Barnett rushing to try and get back into position as Golcar quickly get us underway again. Juve be forced backwards, back to Henry. Watson will press. Goes forward to Gomersall. And Degruschi will get the tackle and goes to O'Connor. And that is a very high foot from Juve that I think in any normal game probably would have been penalised. I mean, in a friendly, when it's not made contact, I think it gets let go, but that was a bit of a risky one. It was a bit of a gasp from a couple of people in the crowd when they saw that. No malice in the high foot, of course, but something that does get penalised. Rawson tried to turn off his man, but he has been caught by the offside flag. Big grin of Rawson suggests he may not have agreed with that decision. So that free kick here for Stead to take. Who will launch this forward and all the way out. Will be a throw to Stocksbridge. Headed away into the middle, flicks on, but Kay will intercept. Lays it off for Wilkinson, who lovely turn, completely takes Rushworth out of the game with that turn. Sideways to O'Connor, forward to Watson, who I think just clipped something on the grass as he took a touch and loses out on the ball. Lost it to Trialist B. As Rushworth, lovely pass to the right, and then physicality though from Crook means Nidor lost it there. Roxburgh will get it forward, and Rawson gambled on Reed not getting it right there. He did get the initial thing right. He got the first touch, Reed, but he does send it out play for a throw-in. So back now with Crook. Sideways to Eagledon. 28 minutes gone in this game as Eagledon's ball forward just goes back to Stead. Pretty typical pre-season fare at this point. Sounds like you're on your own. Yeah, that's because we've left a setting on from this summer and I use this microphone for something else. And yeah, it needs changing. I'll be looking into it at half time, but I can't just do it right now. As Watson looks to turns well, back to De Gruchy, slices the ball forward, but Rawson does rescue it, heads into the middle to Barnett, looks fine, Rawson got the pace to be on Henry, gets it sideways, Henry was tugging at the shirt of Rawson at the same time, as O'Connor's ball forward is out for a throw-in. So, it's back here. Golcar throw it forward, headed for them by Juve and returned by Kay. And Barnett tried to flick it on, but will just go back in defence and cleared away by Hall before it's headed away by Eagledon again. Just both teams returning long balls at the moment. Barnett did win that header, but it's just gone back to Callum Reed, who returns back to the goalkeeper Stead, who has been busy in this first half. Goes forward, and it's an awkward header from De Gruchy that just gives it here to Gummersall, who clips the ball, looking for the box, goes back towards Nidal. Crook with a high foot clears it away, and then Smythe gets it properly away. Out to Barnett, who turns and volleys it forward, looking for Rawson, but well intercepted by Wadsworth, who gets it away. Out to right forward, and lovely 1-2 pass in here before it's just blocked by Sam Kay. And then a late trailing leg clips Eagledon as he tried to dribble it out. Free kick to Stocksbridge. So ball goes forward, but it's just going to end up going out of play for a throw-in. The ball is forward, but Eagledon will intercept it back to Kay. Kay's going sideways, avoids a sliding challenge, and actually it will be a free kick. I think just got a Kay, and when Kay ball went loose, and the referee was going for his back pocket. I thought we were going to see one of those rare pre-season yellow cards. It definitely didn't deserve that, but I think he realised it was a friendly. And we will have a Stocksbridge free kick. So will be the ball's clipped into the middle, but headed away by the number 4 Juve. Kay tries to return it. Wilson heads it into the middle. Illinois tries it to the left, and Wilkinson just won a physical battle with Hall. Wilkinson has it, trying to turn, trying to get a shot off. In the end, Wilkinson takes out Hall, trying to get to the ball, and it will be a free kick to Golcar. Wilkinson's first game in a Stocksbridge shirt against the team he scored 17 goals for last season. And in pre-season, he even scored against Stocksbridge when Golcar beat the Steels here 2-1 in Stocksbridge's only pre-season loss last year. As Crook carries the ball, he sends it forward towards Barnett, who's trying to turn after this first touch, takes him backwards, gets a push in the back from Hall, and I think Barnett fell a bit with the push and let the free kick, and Barnett wanted to take the quick free kick. It was blocked by Hall, who I don't think was intentionally trying to block it. I think John Barnett was actually trying to be a bit cheeky and cause a problem by getting Hall to block it and causing the obstruction, which I think is a way sometimes of getting to play a yellow card in a competitive match. Thank you, Anthony Sanderson, for the £2 donation. If you do support the stream, you can. We really do appreciate it. It's money that goes to the club, and we appreciate any money that comes to the club. There's a little dollar sign next to the chat, which you can support if you want to join Anthony Sanderson. And we are going to get pop-ups at some point as well. So you come up in the stream if you give us some money, but we're working on how we do that. We've got the plugin that makes you do it. We haven't worked out how it works yet. And I think we've worked out the microphone so you can hear all the brilliant background noise. If you're here before the game with us, you'd have heard there was a singer to the right of us celebrating an 80th birthday. That was happening in the little function room here at Golcar. So back with Eagledon now. He sends it forward, but he said no one there for it will go out for a goal kick. 32 minutes gone in this game. Back with Stead to take this goal kick. There's been some roughness of a pre-season friendly. It's been actually quite an entertaining one to watch. As Jerome Badeau has come on for Alex Juve. At least that's what Football Web Page is telling us. We're just having a look for that. Well, Football Web Pages may tell us that, but the number 4 Alex Juve is still on there. So we're going to not believe that for a second. And believe our own eyes over Football Web Pages. As it's Juve who was just on the ball there. O'Connor has got it now. He's intercepted it. He's going to go back to Roxburgh, who's lining up a big kick before just taking it to his feet and will instead take his time with it. And now launches big kick. Aim towards Rawson, who drops it slow, heads it on. Wilson tries to track it, but cleared away by Reed. Goes out to Watson now. Back to O'Connor. He has to track it backwards, though, and back to Eagledon. First time patch to Kay, who almost loses the ball to Rushworth. Rushworth has caused Kay all sorts of problems in this game. Back with Roxburgh now, who takes his time with it. He's not being pressed. He's looking for De Gruchy with this diagonal ball. First touch finds Watson. Back to De Gruchy. Rawson wants it. He said he's going to try and play it towards Barnett, but it's intercepted. And he's almost going to lose the ball. Hall. He does lose the ball. Back to De Gruchy, who moves into the box on the left-hand side. Tries to move on his right. Avoids a tackle. Takes a shot. Blocked by Hall. Cleared away. But now it's Stocksbridge have the ball back. Kay onto right to Watson, who's trying to turn himself onto the right wing. Kay offering himself an option for, but Kay can't turn himself there. Getting his shirt pulled a bit there by Gummersall, but Watson's done really well to evade the challenges. Takes a shot, blocked by Reed. Goes all the way back out to Smythe. Smythe's going to take the shot. Great save from Stead. We're not used to left back scoring, to be honest. Connor Smythe did get a couple for Cleethorpes last year. Yeah. Yeah, he launches that one though, Smythe, and at his near top corner, Stead has to be quite acrobatic to tip it over the bar. It's a corner to Stocksbridge. Anthony Sandy, you're in West Yorkshire, an hour from Sheffield. There. Took me about 50 minutes to drive here today from the north of Sheffield. Absolutely beautiful drive here. Some amazing countryside on this road. Moved all the way from Sheffield to Golcar. As Barnett prepares to take this corner kick. We just need to wait for a new football. Much like at Wimbledon, it's new balls, please, for Jordan Barnett. And here he is, launched towards that far post. Eagledon got a touch onto that, goes wide though. Again, you can see Barnett's tactic. He wants to aim it towards that far post where Paul Eagledon's running in. Luke Rawson also causing a problem. Eagledon got contact onto it, but not clean enough for it to get on target. Reigns 0-0 here with 36 minutes gone. Ball goes forward. The block goes in the middle. Trilist B gets it before Eagledon's able to rob him of the ball. Juve returns it, goes forward. O'Connor flicks it on. Watson gets back. Back heel goes to O'Connor, then a switch looking for Rawson. Great football from Stocksbridge. Rawson is onside as Callum Reid gets in front of him, tries to slip forward, look at Barnett. Barnett takes a touch, but he takes him out of the box onto the left-hand side. He's got Hall defending. Back to Wilkinson. Wilkinson puts the cross in. De Gruchy will try and chase it, but it's too high, too far, and now it's a goal kick. But what you can see, actually, I've just noticed, if you do give us money on the chat, if you do give us a super, as they are called, you do get a ranking of who has supported the channel the most. Anthony Sanderson is #1 at the moment, with Sue Allcroft in second place. Everyone likes being top of the leaderboard, so you can give us support. What we really appreciated. As Wilkinson gets it out towards De Gruchy. First time pass finds Rawson, who's just got to beat Wadsworth now. Rawson turns it, gets it onto his left, takes shot, blocked, and almost goes in from the block. It's really good from the Golcar defence to get back to block that shot that looked like it was going into the back of the net, but it's blocked, and it's another corner for Stocksbridge, who are getting closer and closer to a goal. John Barnett will go over to take it. These two corners that he's taken so far have caused problems. And we're hoping for a few more problems from this next set piece. Not many people have gone up for the corner, but here it comes into that far post again. Stead misses the punch, but it's headed away at the far post. Iggulden will be the first man onto it, heads it out to the right to Barnett. Barnett trying to get to the touchline, but well in from Henry, who just only clears it out to O'Connor. O'Connor takes shots, clears it, crosses it into the middle, but it's not a good cross. It's cleared away. Kay gets to it, heads it towards Crook. Back it goes towards Smythe, who gives it back to Kay's the furthest man back of the outfield player. Stocksbridge is trying to switch it towards O'Connor, heads it into the middle towards Watson, but knocked away, and now it's with the number 10, Rushworth. Sends out to right to Hall, who has been a very quick player. Back to Rushworth. Takes control, gets it over Wilkinson, and but the pass is blocked, but Nidal does collect it. Back it goes to Rushworth. And into the midfield again, trying to knock it forward, blocked by O'Connor. Back into midfield it goes, and Leon Henry on the ball now. It's Golcar's time to try and carve an opportunity. Nidal tries to pass forward, blocked, and then O'Connor wins the ball out right here, and then knocked forward, and Watson's going to try and get onto it. There's appeal for offside, but they aren't given as the ball just goes all the way back to Stead. Stead will send the ball forward now. Out towards the right, he's trying to find Morrissey with it, who does get a touch onto it, but touch forward only goes back to Crook, who turns well, with Trialist B after him. Forward to Wilkinson, heavy touch, takes him further back than he wanted to, and he sends it back to Iggulden. Then across to Crook, as Stocksbridge play it across their own defence. Crook moves it onto his right and gets it over towards De Gruchy, who has a bit of space to move into. He plays it in the middle to Wilkinson. Forward to Watson, who's looking to turn, and he slips and trips, and he will get a free kick for it, which I think would have caused a bit more anger in the home fans in a competitive match. So I think there was more Watson than any foul on him. Tried to take it quickly, looking for Wilkinson. Henry gets first touch on it though, and he goes out for a Stocksbridge throw. It will be De Gruchy to take this throw in. Barnett's coming over to the right wing to try and get it back to De Gruchy. Now to Kay. He's got options in the middle to aim at. Instead, he's going to try and shot to Barnett. Flicks it over to the right. De Gruchy takes a cross, blocked by Gummersall, and it will be out for a corner kick. Fourth of the game for the Steels. Two of the three have looked pretty good. Just that last one. Well, actually, that last one almost went in. Just Stead missed his punch. He was headed off the line. Another opportunity for Stocksbridge. We've got 4 men back from the corner. And then look at that far post again. Rawson gets a header and it's cleared off the line. Goes over the bar. It's going to be another corner kick. The big net behind the stand there, saving it. A Golcar volunteer from having to go apologise and get it from a neighbour. Trying to identify the lad who's cleared it off the line twice now for Golcar. over on that far post. Okay, here comes another one. This is towards the near post, and that's easily headed away. O'Connor gets it into the box, but moving on to the right to Barnett. Takes the touch, cross left-footed, and that is going to be punched away by Stead. Watson was providing pressure. Kay's the first man onto it. Out the right again to Barnett, who tries to get it in. Eagleton flicks it on to Rawson. He's offside. It does go into the back of the net, but the offside flag is up. And I would say, despite Luke Rawson and some of the Stocksbridge fans behind the goal not being too happy with that, I'd say it's the right decision. Remains 0-0 here after 42 minutes. Keeper did get some contact onto that shot, but it wasn't enough to stop it going in the back of the net, but it will not count. Well, not a great goal kick there from Stead. It just goes out for a throw-in. Degushi launches it forward. Henry will head it out. It's another throw-in. And lovely header from the man in the crowd here. I think he's going to be on in the second half at centre-back for Golcar. Top quality header. It's actually better than some headers I've seen on the pitch today. As the ball goes forward and Wilkinson is trying to get onto it. Rawson was in offside position, but he didn't affect play. It is now spread out to Smythe. Into the middle now to Wilkinson, who clips it over towards the right. To Degushi, who's in the box. Trying to have control, drills it in the middle. Great save by Stead. It's collected by Barnett. Another clearance off the line this time from Reed. Back to Degushi, who had pass in the middle, blocked again, and out for a throw-in. Stocksbridge are ending this first half with plenty of positive play, and Golcar can thank a few of their defenders for not being a few down. Ball up to Watson, back to Degushi, who takes it back through his legs, and back it will go to Eagleton, who's in a right-back position, under pressure, back to Crook, who's the furthest man back, and Trialist B got a clip onto that. Smith are able to send it out, and that is going to be a free kick to Golcar. Eagleton connected with Trialist B. It will be a Village free kick. So back now with Wadsworth to take. He's going to just launch out. He's looking for Morrissey. Will head it into the middle, and Roxburgh will collect it on his bar. And that will be that for the first half. It's been an entertaining game for a friendly. It is still 0-0, no goals yet. Stocksbridge have had several chances cleared off the line, particularly from set pieces towards the end of that first half. It's been quite an interesting game. Quite interesting. We've seen Stocksbridge do some really nice passages of play. Golcar have looked quite good. Some great last-ditch defending from them. But we'll see what happens in the second half. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in 15 minutes. Hello and welcome back here to Golcar. The game has just got back underway in this pre-season friendly between Golcar United and Stocksbridge Park Steels, as Golcar just having an early chance and almost looped in by Will Morrissey. Ball just bounced open box and he tried to get it over Roxburgh. Just got it over him, but over the bar as well. Early chance for Golcar. I think it's the first time they've even had a shot that's made it towards the goal. A positive start for them. There's a different team out for Stocksbridge. Let's go through that team for you now. The Stocksbridge team for the second half. So Roxburgh remains in goal. Then it's Jordan Lemon, who captains for the second half. Jordan Barnett, Connor Smythe, trialist A. Paul Iggulden, trialist B. Jack DeGruchy, James Morris, Alfie Wilkinson, and Tommy Marshall appearing for the first time since that winning penalty against Dunstan. At the moment when he wrote himself into Stocksbridge folklore forevermore. We'll try and keep track of any Golcar changes we notice as well. As the ball goes forward and trialist A will clear it away for Stocksbridge. And gets it off the Golcar defender, will be out for a throw-in. Bit disappointed the ball bounced in front of our Secretary Dave Towler there, who didn't go fetch it. A young boy has gone and raced quicker than he has to go get the ball back in play for Lemon to take the throw in for Iggulden. Launched it downfield. Cleared away, goes back to Marshall, goes back into a trialist B. Who gets it on the left to Barnett. Puts it into the middle, and Stead, not a great punch, goes back to Marshall. Takes a great save, Stead. It's a really lovely diving save, but unfortunately for Golcar, there appears to be an injury there, and it's Ryan Wadsworth who dropped into defence after Kieran Lawrence went off injured. He's now down after, I think, getting a bit of contact in the box. So we're just going to stoppage in play. So while we have the break play, do mind all these players need sponsors for the coming season. So if you want to support the Steels in a completely different way, you can sponsor a player. All are available at this point in time. Costs I think it costs £100 still. You'll have to ask Roger that. Roger, you contact Roger on rpg.sps@mail.com. You can sponsor any players. You can sponsor me if you like. I won't mind a sponsor. As well, it's cleared away by Golcar, and we see a wild Jack Watson in the crowd coming past us. I think they call them full kit somethings. Can't say the last word on the radio. As you can until you get pulled off the air 20 seconds later. As the ball goes forward, Crook tried to get onto that ball, but it's cleared away. Will be a Golcar throw-in on the left inside Stocksbridge's half. Golcar trying to play it round, goes back to Henry. Out toward the left, and some good play, gets it towards trialist B for split forward. Iggulden reads it well, clears down. Crook could start a counter-attack here. Launch it forward here. And it's just going to be red, and then back to the goalkeeper Stead. As Wilkinson was the man trying to press. Back to Iggulden. We'll give it back to Roxburgh. Got the traditional keeper's cap on, but I think the sun hurt him there. His pass won't grade out. Barnett comes back to fetch it. Sends it forward towards the trialist, and the trialist drill it forward. Morris will chase it. Can he keep it in? I think he's going to... No, it goes out for a goal. He did try to just knock it out for the throw-in. I don't think he's going to be given us a throw-in. Sightline's not the best towards the near side, unfortunately. So back with Stead in the Golcar net. Launched forward by Stead, looking for Morrissey, but played away by Lemon. Marshall will try and get on to touch of it, but he just doesn't judge the bounce very well. Henry gets out, but Crook will win it, but Crook ends up dribbling it out of play for a throw-in. 51 minutes gone in this game, 0-0 here between Golcar and Stocksbridge. Stocksbridge with the ball high up. Morris gets out of the right, laid back off in the middle to the trialist. Outright to Morris, who puts in the middle, stopped by Stead. Was looking for Alfie Wilkinson at the far post. Got down well, Stead, to stop that going any further and not beyond him. Stead drilling it, looking for Morrissey, but just going to end up finding Jordan Lemon instead, whose clearance is blocked, but collected by Crook, who sends it back to Iggulden. Mac now to Roxburgh. Rolls it out and launches it forward, but just going to be caught in the midfield here. But Crook's going to try and win it back, does win it back, but again can't keep hold of it. Goes out of play for a throw-in to be taken by Gummersall. Looks like there were no changes for Golcar at the half-time break. On forward here towards Morris, who can't get control of it. It's going to go back in the box. Roxburgh will chase out. The trialist was watching it. And Roxburgh will now just roll out for Iggulden. He'll hang on the right to Lemon. Into the middle to Crook, touch on and beyond, but they lose the ball to Golcar quite high up, and they could have an opportunity here. Laid off towards Nidal, takes the touch, gets beyond one man, blocked by the trialist. Nidal gets a second chance, blocked and then saved by Roxburgh. It's the best attacking play that Golcar have done in this game. Nidal's done really well to keep that attack alive over a couple of phases. It's Golcar's first corner of the game coming up. So, corner here will be taken over by Juve. And Nidal's giving himself a short option. He's going to take that short option. Cross goes in, evades everyone. Iggulden volleys it away. Marshall will look to hold it up, and it goes over Hall's head, but Wadsworth gets it away, and that's drilled out played. It's quite a decent catch by the fan in the crowd in front of us. Well collected, right into the chest. Goalkeepers will be proud. A decent header from a guy from left of us, decent catch in front of us. We make a decent 11 out at team. That's for the fans here. As Marshall's won the ball well, tries to knock it forward, but head away by Wadsworth. Negruccio will turn it well, and Wilkinson's trying to fight for it on that left-hand side. Ryan Hall keeping it away from him, and he just boots it out for a Stocksbridge throw-in. Into the middle here towards the trialist. Trialist is going to take a shot, curls instead, gets down low and palms it away. Corner kick to Stocksbridge. Wonder who that trialist might be. I do love seeing the trialist family make their appearances every summer. It's a big family, lots of brothers and sisters at this time of year. Just never see any of them in the season. There's Jordan Barnett. Prepares to take the corner kick. Fifth of the game. Another high looping one. The trialist tries to attack it. Goes back to Cook, who volleys it, and he doesn't get it right at all. He ends up going back towards the corner flag and into the bushes beyond the fence. So I feel sorry for the Golcar volunteer who has to go fish that out later on today. Jack Crook, who comes from Liversedge, but will have been on your Sky Sports channels over the last few months. He was playing for the 26ers in the Bowler League, which is that 7-a-side league that was set up by KSI and various other internet personalities. 26 is managed by John Terry. So maybe he's learnt a bit from someone who has been an absolute legend at centre-back, now playing in centre midfield, which is his more natural position. Ball is switched out towards Barnett. And Barnett, I think, just connected there with Hall with a high foot, so that will be a free kick. That's quickly taken. In the middle to Rushworth, who's the man who made one of those goal line clearances, and he's tried to slip Hall in there, just a bit too wide of him. Roxburgh out to collect. Going out to the trialist. Forward to Barnett. Back to the trialist. Good touch by him. He slips and he loses the ball. Oh, Rushworth goes in, but well in by the other trialist. Trialist brother rescuing his other trialist. Don't you love to see it? Corner kick to Golcar there. So corner kick for Golcar from this right-hand side. Big booming ball towards the far side, headed back into the middle. And Morris got a header onto that, and O'Connor is able to get it away. Knocked on there by the trialist, and Barnett will get it, launch it forward for Marshall to try to get onto it. Henry does well to head it away from his path. Henry gets onto his next touch. It's quite deep, and Marshall's still pressing, but Marshall just pushes him in the back, and it's a free kick. Ball goes forward, headed on by Trialist beat for Golcar. Stocksbridge Trialist headed it away before Reed sends it right back down, and Lemon's having to judge it. Nidal's going to bundle in. Nidal bundles in, but Roxburgh gets to his feet well. Nidal is causing quite a few problems in this second half. One of the few players still here from Golcar when they faced us in that FA Cup match back in 2022. The ball goes all the way forward to Morris, who moves into the box on the left-hand side. Needs to find someone in the middle. Reed with a really good standing tackle. Stops Morris getting any further. Ball cleared out here. Looking for Nidal, who controls it, goes out for a Stocksbridge throw-in. Nidal didn't agree with that. Barnell takes it back to the trialist, and now back to Roxburgh. Takes the touch. Launched forward. Looking here for Marshall, but headed away from him. Cleared away now by Gomersall, who tries to get it forward. But then Iggulden's able to get it out, and cleared away again by Stocksbridge. Out again by Henry, and well keep it in, but Lemon's ball forward is blocked and out for a Stocksbridge throw. So Stocksbridge will get the throw in here to get the game underway shortly. Launch forward, it's Stocksbridge. They switch it out towards Wilkinson, who takes it down well. Back to goal at the moment. Little back heel. Finds Barnett. Barnett doesn't get the ball right, though, and his cross loops over the bar. Obviously, that sort of stuff is disappointing to see when you think this might be a chance, but some really good passive play by Stocksbridge, which for the players who were playing their first games in a yellow and blue shirt is really promising. Daniel Nidal is heading off for Golcar. Just going to see who is replacing him. Nidal's another player's coming off. Looks like a number 17 that's not on our team sheet is heading on, so we're just going to call him Trialist C. And Kamali Vincent. Let's see who the other player who had come off is. Waiting for that turnaround so we can see the number. It's Cale Gomersall who has come off. So we'll try and correct some of the teams on our graphic shortly. Forgot that was not there. As the trialist gets it, switches out towards Wilkinson. Wilkinson is offside, so that will stop that move in its tracks. Notice while we had Connor Smythe advertised as playing in the second half, he isn't actually. It's O'Connor. So we'll see how Connor's fitness giving him the extra few minutes. As that ball just flicks into the ball, here comes a shot. It's a dunk from a free kick that took a little deflection. Will Morrissey has gambled on it. First time shot, gets the goal. Golcar lead 1-0. They have been much improved in this second half. I'd say it's just a direct ball. It's a nothing ball, really. It took a little deflection. Will Morrissey has done a good gamble on it. Well, well taken hit. 1-0 to the Village. Steels go behind. And the Seals, if they want to win in the first Priest friendly, have a job to do. But they're not going to do it with balls like that from Middleton, which booms over at Wilkinson's heading out to play.
Whoa! I thought got to where I these and then I not got pissed off.
Ball goes forward, and Fletcher will get a free kick after pushing back from the goal scorer Morrissey on Barnett.
I thought when I came out, I thought it looked like that one.
So Stocksbridge get a free kick in the opposition half, a foul from Kamali Vincent. I kind of wanted to say that quickly, but Vincent was blocking that off as well, so will be a traditional free kick. About 10 yards into the Golcar half. Ball looped into the box. Goes to the head. Wilkinson hits it. It's a well hit shot. Well saved by Stead. Goes back to Crook, who will lay it off to the right, but O'Connor pass forward blocks, and it's just going to bounce out for a throw-in. That was really well hit by Wilkinson, but Stead makes another good save. He's been a busy goalkeeper, Stead, but a good goalkeeper. As Lemon tried to take it beyond his man, but blocked off and out for another throw-in.
It's like when you come turn,
Ball's going to go all the way back to Roxburgh now, who lays it off to Owen. Over to Eagledon, who takes a touch, and over now to Lemon. Gets it forward, but yeah, but collected by Dead. There's Golcar on the attack again now. Charles B making moves out to Morrissey on the left, trying to go backwards, and he does do so. Recycles it into midfield to bringing out to the right, clips over the top now to Hall, who tries to get in the middle, well blocked by the trialist, and then Barnett able to clear, but not very far. Collected here by Rushworth. And get out to the right, and then blocked off, and it will be a corner kick to Golcar, who have been a very different team in this second half. And that's why they're leading 1-0. Anthony Sampson going, come on, Stocksbridge and Suoka, and how's Lemos looking? Came on in the second half as a player assistant manager today with Andy Ring and Pete Goldshaw not here. Hello to them too if they're listening. As the corner goes in, it's a free header for Callum Reid, but wasn't able to get anything on it and ends up heading it wide. Ball is going to have been launched forward by Roxburgh, kept in by Crook, but only gives it back to Golcar. Eagleton booms it forward. Morris just touches, appeals for offside. He's not got the bounce ball under control yet. Just tries to get it to Marshall on the right, but he's not quick enough to it. But then Morris wins it back, goes into the middle here to the trialist. He's going down to the right, puts it into the middle. It's cleared away for it to get to him. Then Henry stops it going out for a corner, then clears it off the trialist, and it's a goal kick. So he's such a different Golcar team to what we saw in the first half, where Stocksbridge had so many chances. So back now with the goalkeeper Stead. The league ball forward from him, headed up into the air by Eagleton. Lemon will now contest it, but won by Hall, who pushes Lemon off into the middle to Morrissey, who gets it back to Hall on the left and controls it well. Facing up with Lemon, moves it onto his right, cross going in, goes towards the near post, well collected by Roxburgh. Roll out to Jordan Barnett. Falls forward, is deflected, finds the trialist though, who will return it back to Barnett, who's coming forward with some pace. He's tripped in the back by the trialist. For Golcar, it's a free kick. When Morrissey score in that first goal, heaven knows we're miserable now after that one, but now Stockbridge have a chance when this free kick goes in. But well claimed by Stead. That's the one issue I've had with Stead's performance, is that he's been typically punching things more than catching. That's the first time I've seen him catch, but it was a good one, but under a bit of pressure. A very good performance from him, other than some punches rather when he could have caught. And it's Morrissey just going in for a drill shot. Is blocked by O'Connor. O'Connor's onto the block, gets out to Marshall, who lays it off in the middle to Crook. Crook launch it forward, but Wilkinson, I think he saw himself offside, so doesn't rush for it. Back now with the goalkeeper. Big ball forward, launched by Stead. And it's Vincent who won that battle, knocks it on, and I think Lemon got the last touch. That'd be a free kick to Golcar, who have had all the ball in this second half. I should say that first half team was the better performing one. I wonder if this is Golcar's extra couple of friendlies that are paying dividend in this game. I think they're just a bit more into their pre-season than Stocksbridge are, with the earlier kick-off that the Northern Counties League has. Throwing it right to Learn forward to Marshall, who knocks it on to Morris. Controlled back it goes to O'Connor, who tries to get it out towards the right. Doesn't make it to Crook, but he tried to get it out towards Marshall on the right, went behind Marshall, and it will be a throw-in. Be a substitute, it looks like. It'll be a Stocksbridge one. Alfie Wilkinson is making his way off. And coming on is Jack DeGruchy, returning to the pitch. Looks like Jack DeGruchy is going to head towards the right wing, and Tommy Marshall move towards the left. So Wilkinson on his return to the Sky Direct Stadium. Must have been an awkward one when he saw what the pre-season was. Oh, I'm going to the team I've just left, my first friendly, but he's shown himself to be quite capable so far. As the ball looked up to Hall, he got a good touch. No offside flag called on him, as Barnett does a really good job just shielding the ball away from him and letting it go out for a goal kick. 69 minutes gone in this game. It is 1-0 to Golcar. So back with Roxburgh. Launch ball forward over the top of everyone before it goes out for a throw-in. Not one of Roxburgh's best kicks. ball goes out. Stocksbridge have won the ball back. Crook on the ball. Crook lays it off to the right, to De Gruchy. Knocks forward. He's looking for the run of a trialist who's just going to lay it off to Morris. Back to De Gruchy. Crosses blocked. It's going to stay in play before it just bounces out eventually for goal kick. Stocksbridge will have the throw in. Lemon taking it. Looking for an option. Thrown out to the right to De Gruchy. Block back to Lemon. Tries to pass it to the trialist. He's trying to get beyond his man here. And he ends up going out for a goal kick. Well blocked off by Leon Henry, who I've been very impressed with. He's playing, Golcar playing the 3-5-2. Henry on the left-hand side of the three centre-backs. And you wouldn't say he's the height of a traditional centre-back, but I think he's performed quite well using what strength he has to fend off and being quite a clever player. You can see that the 3-5-2 has been designed here to try and protect him, because I think in a traditional 4-4-2, 4-3-3, he would have more problems, but in a 3-5-2, he does appear to be excelling for Golcar. Back with Roxburgh now. Sends it forward, looking for James Morris, who heads it on well. Knocked on here to Marshall, gets out to the trial. He's trying to pen it back, and it's going to wake its way to Crook, who knocks it in the middle. Marshall takes a touch, he's bundled, and it will be a penalty to Stocksbridge. Just as we've been praising Leon Henry, he causes the penalty for bundling into Tommy Marshall. And I'm glad to say that is my first commentator's curse of the season. There will be many more, I'm sure.
I've got a fire will on that he gets sent off.
And Tommy Marshall, who took the last penalty for Stocksbridge Park Steelers. You might remember the one. It's the one that sent the Steels to the Northern Premier League Premier Division to win 5-4 on penalties against Dunstan. He's the one who's going to take this one. So Tommy Marshall sends up to one-on-one with Stead, who's had a really good game for Golcar. Marshall runs up, takes it. It's saved! He tries to send it low, but Stead guesses right to his right. Throws low, makes the save. It remains 1-0 to Golcar. Well, thank God that penalty wasn't the penalty took in that playoff final. Let's just say that. Or else we might have had a bit more of a miserable day up in Gateshead. If you're going to miss a penalty, I suppose it's now. So I think he's cost himself a chance of being the penalty taker. Surprised it weren't Jordan Barnett, who was a penalty taker for Penistone Church a couple of years ago. But he was one who won the penalty. As Golcar clear away across into the middle. And it will remain 1-0 for now for Golcar. 73 minutes gone. As Tommy Marshall will not be our penalty taker for this season. Crook launches the ball forward. Marshall trying to get onto it, but Wadsworth just hooked it away. Before it could get away from him, and now the trialist was able to get onto it. Barnett took a little clip at his ankles. No free kick given for that. But then the ball forward goes to the trialist, who is intercepted for Stocksbridge. Back with the trialist. Drills it forward, but only gives it back to Rushworth here. Morris trying to rob it off him. Gives it back to Hall. Out now to the trialist. Trying to get beyond. Crook can't do so, gets it forward, and Morris gets the pass back to O'Connor. There's a break on here. Oh, he loses it. And now it's back on the ball. Oh, Golcar. O'Connor's missed a few tackles, but then the trialist missed out on that final pass. The other trialist intercepts it before clearing out play for a Golcar throw-in. 74 minutes gone in this game. We're going to get a couple of substitutes here. We're going to see Jerome Badeau come on. And another trialist for Golcar. Just trying to see who is heading off. We haven't seen them. We saw the person coming off, but we didn't see his number. But I think that is Zach Rushworth heading off for Jerome Badeau. As the ball throwing was headed out by the trialist, and he wasn't particularly happy with how he headed that out. And it's back here with a trialist throwing it in for Golcar. The other trialist heads it away before another trialist clears it away. Welcome to pre-season, folks. As De Gruchy will try to get onto this clearance, and he gets it beyond Henry. Now Crook will be the first one onto it. He's being covered by Bordeaux, and then he knocks it off him for throwing. Crook takes it quickly, looking for Marshall, finds Marshall, plays it in the middle, look for Morris, who gets the touch, and it's just wide at the near post. Will be a goal kick. Morris wanted a corner, wasn't to be. You'd say Stocksbridge are growing back into this game now at the moment, but they've not got the goal. They had the biggest chance from that penalty kick. Tommy Marshall, though, had his spot kick saved by the goalkeeper Stead, who has had a fantastic game, you have to say, for Golcar, the goalkeeper. Was the goalkeeper for Golcar last year's instead, and keeping his spot for this year, it looks like definitely deserves to on the basis of this performance, as Barnett clears it forward, but being followed by Reed, who's able to just boot this one away. O'Connor gets a head onto it, just loops it into the air. Trialist tries to fight for it, but in the end can only knock it back to the other Trialist. Goes to Barnett now, who follows it, knocks it forward, looking for Marshall, cleared away to O'Connor. Knocks it back, looking for Marshall again, who tries to head on. Ricochets away from him, goes to De Gruchy, who is offside, and that will stop that attack in progress. So, back now with the goalkeeper Stead. And he will take his time with it, because I think we're being told, yep, get on with it. Well, it's pre-season and all, but we still need to move on. 7 minutes gone as that ball forward from Stead just loops out for a throw-in. Steels would like to have a confidence-boosting goal in this first game pre-season. Back to Roxburgh, who will boot it forward. Unchallenged as it's headed away. Goes all the way back to Roxburgh. Back with Roxburgh, who big boot forward, looking for De Gruchy. It's going to be cleared out towards his path, and it's going to be a throw-in. Neither De Gruchy or Henry could get onto it. Back it goes to De Gruchy for throwing now to Lemon, who pass back got blocked, and Henry will cover that as it goes out for a goal kick. I'm guessing he took a touch off Lemon on the way back. 78 minutes gone. Steel losing 1-0 to Golcar in this pre-season friendly. Would be Golcar's first friendly win of the summer. 3 games already this year, yet to win. Last game was a 2-0 loss to Nostell Miners Welfare. Obviously, be a confidence booster Golcar. They're not too far from the season now. About 2 weeks away. As cleared all the way out by Golcar. Barnett just about volleys it away. Comes off the back of the trialist for Stocksbridge and goes to Golcar's trialist. Barnett fighting for it. Reed now looking to stop Barnett getting to it and just goes into the midfield where Marshall now joins the fray for it's cleared away. O'Connor returns it. Moving out to the right, De Gruchy tries to head into Morris's path. Morris gets ahead of Reed there. Tries to poke it back to Barnett. And Barnett will have the ball there. Tries to let off looking for Marshall. Blocked before it can get to him and cleared away. But only to O'Connor. Not a great touch by O'Connor though. He gets out to Lemon. First time put pass to Crook. Tried to find Lemon, but you can just see some of the loose pre-season stuff happening where passers aren't finding their man like they may do after a few weeks of playing together. Golcar on the move now, but tackle goes in and it's back with Roxburgh, who clears it out, headed on by Morris and flicked on by the tries, but just wide of Marshall. And will be carried away now by Bordeaux before it goes out for a Stocksbridge throw. Barnett throws it towards Marnie, back to Barnett, who will now launch at field. Head away. I think Golcar went into their own player there. But Golcar still do have the ball, and they found the trialist here on the right-hand side with a bit of space. Barnett, corner of field. Barnett's back well, pulling the shirt of the number 17, but no free kick has been given, and it's back in Roxburgh's hands. I will say, he definitely should have been a free kick to Golcar on that one for Barnett shirt pulling, though it's something the referee hasn't really been penalising during the game for either side. So I think you can give him points for consistency at least. And now you're on the left for Stocksbridge. Oh, downfield towards Morris, who tries to play it back before it just booms out play. Another Stocksbridge throw-in. Going for this throw from Jordan Barnett, who comes to us from Abbey Hay, local lad from Penistone. Trying to get down on the left-hand side now with Marshall. Very congested as it can do, and they try to break it into the middle. Trying to get onto it is O'Connor, but he just misjudged, I think, the path of the ball for a second, hesitated for at the tiniest of moments, and that's allowed it to go out for a goal kick. It starts with all. Obviously, results don't really matter at this stage of pre-season. Don't matter at any stage of pre-season. It's about learning about your new teammates and getting the fitness in the legs, making sure you're match ready for game number one. But obviously, Stockbridge will still be disappointed about a loss. They don't want to lose ever, even the most meaningless of games. That's why they're still fighting, looking to try and get a goal. But we've seen it in plenty of times for plenty of teams where teams have had unbeaten pre-seasons and then really struggled in August, and then others that have really struggled in pre-season. It looks like, oh, they're in for a bad one, and then during the season they just suddenly turn on. It's how it goes sometimes. As the diagonal ball from Stockbridge is overhit and just goes back to Stead. 83 minutes gone. I don't think we'll get much out of time, if any at all, considering it's a friendly. Settles down into be a really pleasant evening at the moment. Too hot earlier in the day. God knows what those 3 o'clock kickoffs are going to be like tomorrow. But now it's really pleasant. And just a really nice, pleasant evening watch football. You can get behind summer football when it's like this or whether as I think we just got cramp for one of the Golcar players. The referee is the one helping. Stretch it out. Good work here. 234 here today for the friendly between Golcar and Stocksbridge. That's a very good attendance for a friendly. As we enter the 84th minute. So there's 234. So continuing as the physio has now taken over the job of cramp duty. On this very pleasant evening in Golcar. My first trip here to the Sky Direct Stadium. It's a very lovely drive, lovely stadium, lovely people. Cannot complain at all other than the result. But the result doesn't really matter at this point. So it will just be a bounce back to Eagledon, who gets it over to his trialist partner in defence. Launched over towards Barnett, who just can't get it under control. It was too high for him in the end. Got a bit of a head onto it. Goes out for a Golcar throw. It's back now with Reed to take the throw in. Launch ball forward. Trialist defender will get forward towards Morris, who now lays it off towards Crook, who lets it go for Lemon, sends it forward to Drushi, lays it off for Crook. Big crunching slide tackle, completely fair though from Leon Henry. Gets it forward to Morrissey. Gets it beyond, looking towards the trialist, but that's a really nice tackle by the trialist. Now to DeGruchy, flicks it over the top of Henry to Morris. Sliding tackle goes in end. Well, we've seen some really nice sliding tackles. That one was a foul. That went into the ankles of James Morris. And will be a chance for Stockbridge to whip in a free kick as we get towards the end of this game. Barnett will have the free kick. Looped. It's going to drop a bit low and then headed away. O'Connor's the first onto it. Gives it back to Barnett. Takes the touch. Lays it off for Lemon, who clips it over the top. Headed away by Henry. Then knocked on by the trialist. And heads to another trialist. And it's laid through here. And then it goes all the way through to another trialist. It's advantage given. The trialist takes a shot. Good save, Roxburgh. He's come well after his goal to make the save. O'Connor clears it before it goes out for a corner. Will be a throw-in. There is a Stocksbridge player down. Looks like it's the trialist who's down injured. For Stocksbridge, I think he's gone in with a tackle. He has committed foul. Advantage was given by our referee today. But he seems to have injured himself. And Stockbridge have no physio today. Liv Phillips, who has signed on for another year, she's not here today. I'm guessing she's on holiday. Hi, Liv, if you're listening. Just outing you today. So the Golcar physio is volunteered. He's going on to treat our trialist here. Could end up actually being towards the end of the game now because we are in the 87th minute. Prayer for Golcar's throw when the trialist is able to continue or has to go off. So we are just... So, see, next up for Stocksbridge, this Wednesday night, we are away at Penistone. Ian Richards returns to his old team. You know, if you notice where Ian Richards roughly lives, we're in a really nice, neat little circle around all our friendlies. Pretty sure we're all within half an hour of Richo's house. But Penistone Church will be our next friendly on Wednesday night over at the Memorial Ground. We'd love to see you there. If you aren't able to get there, I'll be there with the commentary. Obviously, our first home friendly will be next Friday against a Sheffield Wednesday 11. At this point, we don't know what 11 Sheffield Wednesday will be bringing. It is a bit up in the air what's going on at the moment. As you were maybe seeing the news with Sheffield Wednesday this summer. So come to the game. Let's see what players Sheffield Wednesday will play against us. That will be the fun of it, I think. You never know. You might see Josh Windass and Barry Bannon. Treatment is continuing for the trialist, which is concerning to see. Not sure if he'll be able to continue. He's brought up to his feet, and that is actually really concerning. It's the worst thing you want to see in pre-season. His leg is not right, and he will be taken off, holding the shoulders of two of his teammates, of Jack DeGruchy and Tommy Marshall. He cannot put anything on his right leg. It's the thing you want to avoid most in a friendly is an injury. It's a full-blooded tackle from him that was a foul, but he's given it his 100%, the trialist. Just hope that is not a serious, and we'll be able to see more of him later this summer. Ian Richards now coming towards the trialist. And Ian Richards taking over from Tommy Marshall, is helping him limp off. He is holding his right foot completely up in the air. You can't put any pressure on it, obviously. That is a really, really disappointing scene that's going to end this match. Well, I think all the other Stocksbridge players have gone to have a shower, so I think the Steels will end with 10 men. Which, in fairness, for a pre-season friendly, it's not a bad thing to do, to be honest, because it trains you on how do you shape yourself up as 10 men. But that's not a scene we like to see, as we are in the 91st minute. Ball goes into the box, and it falls here for Bordeaux, who puts it into the 6-yard area, cleared away, and then the volley from Morrissey goes all wrong, and it goes well wide. So back now with the goalkeeper. Back with Roxburgh, who will send this long. Goes all the way forward before it's cleared away by Henry. Lemon will boot it out, blocked in the middle. And then knocked forward. It's a great ball in the middle for Morrissey, but Roxburgh, really, really good by Roxburgh, who charges out, claims it at the feet, neat and tidy as anything. Roxburgh, who's had, I think, a really good game, will be very good competition for Ben Townsend in the coming season. As Lemon covers off from Vincent, goes out for a throw-in. We are pretty much in a time where we don't know at a time. The referee will call the game when he wants to call it. As Degushi knocks forward, Morris is offside, can't get onto, but I think we are heading towards a 1-0 win by Golcar. We'll see. The result now no longer matters. It matters what we can find out about the trialist. As it's back with Stead, who just dribbles it a bit further out. Marshall will press to keep him honest and make him send it long, and that's what he's going to do now. Aim towards Morrissey. Over the top of him, go out to Vincent on the left wing. We'll just allow it to go out of play for a Golcar throw. We're in the 92nd minute now. Goes all the way into the box. It's going to make it all the way to the trialist. Stockbridge has fallen asleep here. Back it goes to Henry, who's just playing with the ball a bit before finding that number 16 trialist again. Tries to move it onto his right. Puts the cross in. It's a nice looking cross, but over the top of everyone. And that will be it for the game. So the Steels lose 1-0. Stocksbridge fell asleep from a free kick. A direct ball deflected into the path of Will Morrissey, who fired it into the back of the net. But the most concerning thing for Stocksbridge, who had the chance to equalise, Tommy Marshall had a penalty saved by Harry Stead. But it's the trialist who was injured towards the end of that game that we are most concerned about. Could not put any pressure on his right leg as he limped off the field. We will see you on Wednesday night for that friendly against Pennington Church. We'll have a post-match interview with Ian Richards after the game, so keep glued to our YouTube channel for that. We'll see you then. So we look forward to Wednesday night against Pennington. Thank you very much for everyone who has listened. I've been Adam Allcroft, and good night.